Hey guys, welcome back to the All About Sneak Peek podcast. We're talking about trauma, drama, healing, all that kind of stuff. Today I have a special guest with me. Her name is Chey, and she's also a content creator on Instagram. And I'll let you um, say your details, of course. And we're gonna be talking about like our trauma stories today. And she has to, let things out. And I think this is a safe space for her to speak, guys. So. I am excited to have you on the show, and I'm
Yes.
going to do your introduction.
Okay. So I go by Miss Taylor on Instagram. I am a content creator. I also do some streams on a couple of different platforms. I create content on lifestyle, beauty, and sometimes I do like funny memes and stuff just to get people laughing. So yeah, that's what I kind of do. Um, Shy, not Shay. She always does this. Shy. My name is,
Sorry.
I know.
Sorry.
But no, and honestly, I met Shanique like years ago, like 2 years ago, I think.
Yeah, I think it was like 2 years ago.
2 years ago, I saw you on TikTok, and what drew me in is like she's very confident. Like Shanique is very, very confident. And I love that about her. She's very, very confident in the way she speaks, explains things, and she's good at what she does. So yeah, I followed her on TikTok, and ever since then, like we always talk, we chat.
Yeah,
She's cool.
thank
She's
you.
cool. So yeah.
Yeah, and I love your content too. I think that it's good, especially like in the generation we're in. You give a lot of positivity, a lot of on like the walks and like doing your thinking on the walks and like
Yeah.
honestly, it's just healing. It's
Thank you. I'm
healing.
trying.
It's
I'm
girl,
trying.
it's healing. Some days I'm just like, yo, I have to watch her because I'm going through it here, and I'm like happy to be moving at the end of the month because I'm going through it here. So like,
Girl. That's
it's
me.
good to keep that piece. I'm gonna add everyone also at the end of this podcast. I'm gonna add her socials on the YouTube, of course, I uploaded them, and on my Instagram, so you guys know how to follow her and watch her content. I promise you, it's amazing. All right,
Thank you. Thank you.
so
Yes.
today we're going to be talking about trauma, of course. I'm going
Mhm.
to start with her because Spotlight is going to be on her for today, and also I'll go into mine after. I know some of you. It'll be based on like why I let my trauma out in a song, but
Mhm.
we'll get started with Shay and her story, and yeah.
Shy, baby.
Oh,
Shy.
sorry.
No,
Shy.
I know. I know. I know.
Okay, shy.
I know.
Okay, yes, because you're new. Okay, got it. Sorry,
Yeah.
guys.
No, no, it's okay.
Shy.
No, no. But the audience can call me Miss Taylor because that's what I go by. So audience, Miss Taylor's fine.
Okay.
Yeah, let's trauma. So I mean, damn. Literally there is a lot to go into, but I think one thing that we can connect on the most is the mom trauma,
Yeah.
just because like I don't speak to my birth mother,
Yeah.
and it's just been really crazy. So growing up, my mom was like a teenage mom. She had me very young. She ended up in a women's shelter as well. I don't know her full backstory to like what happened and everything, but I know she ended up in a women's shelter pregnant with me. And it's crazy because when she was in that women's shelter is actually when I found she met a lady that became my nana. I call her my nana, but she became like my grandma, and then her husband became my grandpa. So I call them Nana and Poppy. So
Nice.
that's just like a little bit of like how I met like good family members, because I don't have a lot of good family members, but I met my grandparents through the women's shelter
Hmm.
before I was born, before I was even born.
Okay.
So I just say all that to say is that like I know my mom has been through trauma
Hmm.
and been through her shit. And then just growing up, she was like very like I would say selfish. Like my mom always put herself first. So my mom was a young mom. Back in the day, they used to go party. It was like so my background's Jamaican. I should mention that as well. I'm Jamaican.
Nice.
So my mom would go to like bear parties and stuff, and my mom would leave me with certain people,
Okay.
people here, people there, babysitters, friends, and they weren't good to me, you know, at all. And I've experienced so much trauma from like abuse and stuff. But my mom, she doesn't care. She's just like, yo, I want to go to a party, you're gonna stay with her on Friday. And
Yeah.
I remember there's times where I used to like cry, like, please don't leave me with her, like, you know, because things are happening, like, please don't leave me with this person. And she would like, you're fine, you're, you know, you're this, you're that, like, it's okay. And she would just choose herself, right?
Yeah.
So I grew up with a very selfish mom who put herself first, as well as like her the men in my life. So, or in her life, like, basically I grew up without my father as well. Never met the man, don't even know his name, whatever.
Oh my God. That's the worst.
It's the worst.
But I honestly, if I was you, I'd rather be in your position not knowing my fucking father. Like,
Girl, no,
I
no.
would,
At least girl, no. You see, people say that, but it's like, at least you know what that man looks like, and like
oh yeah,
his
yeah,
personality,
you're
and
right, you're
you
right.
know,
No, I get that. I get that.
don't even know the man's name. And it's always been like a big secret, honestly, to who my father was. Like, I'm pretty sure I asked my mom, and she never explained to me, whatever. So,
Mm,
but I had stepfathers that were evil, and that were, I don't want to get into that because I just want to stick to like, you
got
know,
it. Yeah, that's
but my mom, there's a lot of situations that she did know about that was happening, and she didn't stop it. She
method.
continued to let people around me that she knew did hurt me. And yeah, so me and my mom, we don't have a good relationship. And it's just, we don't speak to this day. We don't speak to this day. Now, what the cherry on the top was, I would say, to like, what, like, when we stopped talking, was when I was in high school. And like, basically, I would say, what age? I think around 14, I started to live with my godmother.
Okay.
Yeah. So I got out my mom's house and started living with my godmother at like 14. So I lived with my godmother, like, till this day. I'm still living because cost of living is expensive, but you know. So at 14, I started living with my godmother, but my godmother has her own kids as well.
Yeah.
And so she's providing for them and stuff. And so my mom, she has to help out, you know, like, you need to
Sure.
give some money for me, or some food or something, you know. So when I started working, I got my first job at 17, and I started working, being independent. My mom saw that as an opportunity to just like stop helping. She's just
Wow.
like, yeah, like, you have your job now, like, I don't really need to like really help you that much, right?
Mhm. How did she find out?
I did tell her. I
Oh,
did tell her I was working. And you know what's so funny? My godmother told me not to tell her.
yeah. It's
She
okay.
was like, don't tell your mom you're working. Do not tell that lady you're working. And I only did it because I was just so like proud. I was like, I got my first job, and I felt independent, you know?
Yeah.
And I told her.
Not wrong for that.
Girl, it was wrong because she
Okay.
stopped helping.
I mean, that's her. I don't know, she's a different breed for that.
I know.
Not for your kid, you know? But maybe at the same time, you kind of showed her that, like, yo, I'm kind of better than you.
True. True. Like, I'm independent and I'm trying.
Yeah.
But basically, when she found out I got my job and I was working, she, like, it's not even like she was that supportive anyway, Shanique, but it was more like she did give, you know, some money, some groceries, whatever, you know, she was doing something. And then she went from doing something to nothing. So I was completely like, I was on my own. Um, and basically, where we stopped talking was in high school. She was at least paying my phone bill. I had just gotten a phone and she was paying my phone bill.
Mhm.
And literally on my birthday, she cut it off on my birthday.
Wow.
Yeah. So I had friends like, she cut it off, and then because I was working, I had money, so I turned it back on. And
Yeah.
I had friends calling me like, Shy, I called you, and like, yeah, I couldn't get to you. And I was like, yeah, my phone was turned off.
Yo, she's wicked. No
Wi-
offense. Yeah, because
no,
I'm.
no, no, wicked. No, 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 no,
That's
wicked. No.
crazy. Like, imagine
Yeah.
something happened to you.
Exactly. Girl, on
Yo.
my birthday. So after that, I changed my phone number. We never spoke.
Mhm.
Um, that's just like a little summary of it. But what I can say is that like the problem that I have with my mother is that she always put herself first.
Yeah.
And even though she has experienced her trauma, is like, why would you have kids for them to experience similar trauma?
Exactly.
Why wouldn't you want to be better?
Exactly. That should have made her better. That should have pushed her. Like, I have a daughter, and it's different when you have a boy. You have a daughter.
Father,
So,
exactly.
and that's a lot. Like, yeah, having a daughter is much like harder than having a boy because boys obviously they just do whatever. But
Exactly.
girls, you have to like they need a mother figure. They
Right.
need some type of figure in order
Right.
to like know what they're doing. And
Exactly.
for you to have a daughter and just like ship her off and not really like think about like what you're doing, who you're having her around.
Right. Right. Girl, that's the fucked up part about it. But like especially when you tell your mom, "Hey, please don't leave me around this person. Please." And she's just like, "Oh, you're fine."
Yeah,
Like, "Oh, no, you're fine. I'm gonna go do my own thing."
because she wanted to go do what she wanted to do, and that's fine.
Sure.
Which is
Exactly.
you can do that because when your kid's speaking, your kid's speaking, and kids don't lie. Kids have no filter when they're young.
Exactly.
So
They tell the truth.
yeah, I
They tell
think
the
that's messed up, but I can relate to that. But I think that's definitely messed up, and I think that she should at least like we're in a country where you can get help. Like there is free therapy. Yes, there's wait lists.
yes.
You can get help. And I'm sure in shelter they must have had connections.
Yeah.
So it's like it's
Oh,
like
and my mom got a lot of help, Shanique. Like I told you, my grandparents are even white. Like they're white people that took my mom in, which and took me in, you
oh,
know? Cause yeah, they met at so my mom and Nana met at the shelter. My grandma was volunteering. She was retired and all of these things, retired, helping, giving back, and she met my mom. And then her and my mom connected, and my mom was pregnant with me, and then my nana went on this whole journey of just like being there, like she was there when I was born. My mom didn't have anybody to be there at the hospital. My nana was there, and my nana literally fell in love with me.
yeah.
um, and my nana has a son who never had kids, so she didn't have any grandkids. So it was like I was that's my granddaughter, that's how she looked at me, even though she's white, like no black, like no, like she's white,
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
she's a white lady, and she took me in as like her own,
That's crazy.
and my mom as her own.
So did you guys ever live with her?
No, we never lived with her, but I used to go over her house like maybe once or twice a month.
Okay, okay, okay.
Yeah.
Oh my
And
God.
I can say though, like when I think about my childhood, it's like that was the best part though, going over to my grandparents. Because at home it was yelling, it was beatings, it was abuse, it was pushing things under the rug. Like my mom, she would have like rules and stuff for her house, obviously,
Yeah,
and to enforce those rules, or if you got in trouble for something, she used to beat me
yeah,
like with a belt. And like, okay, that is a Caribbean thing, right?
yeah.
That you look all slack, but the way it was
Too brutal.
harsh, it was brutal. And then she had other people, like the men in her life, stepfathers, whatever, like be able to put their hands on me and my siblings,
Yeah, that's wrong.
and like to be so honest, because I do want to be very honest, like I'm here to like let it out. Like I've had child services come over to my house multiple times. That's how crazy it got.
Did like people call on her, like people heard, or like just seeing, like people seeing you?
So let me tell you, when we used to go to school now, and this is why I was like labeled as like a bad child too, because when I was in school, I got to let out the anger.
Yeah,
and you're running around, you're doing this, you're doing that, and everyone's just wondering, yo, what's wrong with her? But it's just like at home, it's like you're angry and you're going through so much.
Yeah.
So when I was at school, I used to let it out, and I would have behavior issues. So
Hmm.
then people would peep it, and they would be like, yo, what's going on? And they're just peeping things. So
That,
then I used to get called into the office, hey, something going on at home. We're gonna send, people over to the house. And then my mom, she would get like phone calls of like, someone's coming over, whatever, and she used to flip out, Shanique. She would get mad at me and my brother, like, yo, what are you telling the people them at school? Da 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 da. One time she got so mad, and she's like, oh, you guys have to, she taught us how to lie at a young age. She's like, you guys need to lie. If they ask you if this is happening, you say no. If they say this, it's no. So she taught us to lie at a young age, and then she used to tell us, like, if you guys go to a group home, you guys are going to get raped, you guys are going to get beaten. So you guys, trust me, that if they take you away, something worse is going to happen. And she used to plant that in our heads, as kids, and we're like, huh, like beaten or raping. But she used to say it with such aggression, like something really bad is going to happen if you're taken out of this house, right?
yeah.
So um so then, and then it's weird because it's just like, then child services comes over to the house, they ask you questions, and you're a kid, and then you're lying. They're like, oh, did this happen? And you're like, no. They look around the place, they do all these inspections and stuff, and we're lying as kids you
Yeah.
know
Yeah.
And let me just tell you, anybody that's been through that, that's watching, it does affect you when you're older, because it's like your chakra gets blocked,
Yep.
because at a young age, you're taught to lie, you're taught to stay quiet, you're taught to keep your head down, and so you're blocked.
Yeah. Oh my
You're
God.
blocked.
Yeah,
Yeah.
that's crazy. But I
You're
get
blocked.
it. Like it looks like because obviously when you have kids, you get money,
Yes, you get money, you get a
and
check.
maybe that's what she didn't want to lose, because she would have lost that
Yes.
very
Yeah.
quickly. There's so many factors that I could sense that like as to reason why she like wanted to keep you.
Yeah.
She was mishandling you guys at the same time, which is wrong. And so you can't be keeping your kids for money.
You can't. You can't be doing that. You Whatever her reasoning, what I think also too is pride. Like, oh, if my kids are not with me, then people are gonna look at me
That's
like,
it.
why don't you have your kids? But but the problem wasn't like handled. It wasn't handled. That's why multiple times the people them got called. Like,
Yeah, because
you feel me?
eventually you can lie, but when actions keep repeating itself,
Yeah.
they're gonna still go, and eventually they're gonna do it.
Eventually, yeah.
Yeah. And
Yeah.
that's like nah, like that's messed up. Like honestly, that is crazy. And like
It's
you should never had to go through that at all.
girl.
At all.
Thank you.
Like
Thank you for doing that.
no problem.
When people look at me and they see my behaviors and moods, and I understand, and I said it to you before, that I'm coming out of victim mentality, because you know yes, you've been through things as a child, but when you're older, you're grown, so you have to take responsibilities, you have to watch your actions, and hey, it's easier said than done. Easier
It
said than done.
is.
However, it's like, there's a reason why I maybe act a certain way.
Mm-hmm. No,
There's
obviously, if you've been through that much trauma, that is the reason, and it's it's a matter of what is affecting you in the brain.
Yeah,
But you have to figure. That's the thing about trauma. You have to figure out your triggers, and it could be a lot, and it could be small.
yeah,
It could be the way someone looks at you, speaks, does things around you, and
mhm,
you just act and like you don't have an explanation because like you don't even know what the trigger is.
exactly,
You have to really
exactly.
dive deep into that, and it's like there's therapy. Therapy is expensive, but therapy, I went through 6 years of that, and that is like great. But I ran. The first, I ran. Like I was
Brand,
pregnant, I ran. I was like, she's making me talk about my father, and she tried to tell me that my father is like a good person. Like, why am I blaming my mom more than my father? When my father
mm,
I used to be so mad because I was like, why? He did this for me, he did that for me. Why is he not? And she's like, why are you not sleeping?
Right.
I left her for like 2 weeks. I did not talk to her. And
You're
she
the
I'm like, you know what? I'm like, God, I'm pregnant. If I'm meant to do this, let me do it. And then
right.
one day, and I just sat down and I tried to understand where she's coming from, and not understand because manipulation.
Mm.
And once you
Manipulation is huge.
when you get that manipulation, you're reprogrammed to like think that this person's doing good things when they're not. It's kind of like
Right.
I forgot the word. It's like silencing you with gifts.
Oh, I know about that, girl.
Yeah,
Wait, gifts for me, it was more like, okay, one time I caught my mom cheating.
yeah.
She
Oh,
was literally coming out the room butt ass naked one time. We had a friend stay over and she came out the room, girl. And my
no.
stepfather was in the other room and she was coming out another room that our friend like a family friend or whatever, whoever he was, and she was coming out the room and I like woke up early and I saw her and I was like, okay.
Oh shit.
So let me tell you what she did. So we weren't allowed to eat breakfast in the on the couch in the living room. You had to sit at the dinner table. That day, oh my God, girl, I got to eat my favorite bowl of cereal. I got to sit on the couch. I got
Oh
to,
shit.
I got to turn on the cartoons.
Yo, I said it. Oh no.
Girl, girl. I was like, Shanique, I was like, are you? She literally was like, it's okay, you can sit on the couch. I was like, are you sure? She's like, yeah,
Oh my god. Yeah, see, adults are something else. I see. Oh my god, that's
yeah, yeah. Yo,
I know.
yeah.
And did you say anything at all? Like you never
I
said.
didn't, I didn't, I didn't say nothing. I was like young, and I probably like, I forgot about it. Like obviously I remember it, but I didn't remember it in the moment to say anything. Like, how? Why were you coming out the room naked? You know, naked. I was
Yeah,
just
yeah,
like,
yeah, yeah. Oh my
yeah,
god. No, me it was like my dad would like do the sexual abuse, and then I would get all the Sims games, like
games.
dolls, toys, Barbie dolls, everything. And my brother used to
Mm,
get jealous. My brother used to never understand and wouldn't know what's going on. But
yeah.
I would get whatever I wanted,
Mm,
like
yep.
that. And like it was crazy. Like it was nice to have all the Sim games, but it's like the baggage of it, like having to still deal with what you have to deal with. It's not easy.
It's not.
Yeah.
Yeah. And it's like a distraction too. It's kind of just like I'm gonna do this, but then I'm gonna give you that so that your brain is not focused on what just happened.
Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah, it's like a
Yeah.
normalization, and like getting out of normalization is fucking hard. It's
Yeah.
like that, like you have to. I think I dealt with like about almost a decade of that abuse, so it's like
Wow, wow,
you
wow.
did therapy, and I only did it because I didn't want my. But it ended up happening anyways. My son got anxiety because I was pregnant and I had the anxiety. I didn't know I
Yeah.
had anxiety at the time,
Yeah.
and I used to have PTSD. Like I used to have the same like what he was doing. It was like a movie when I was sleeping. and
Shit.
and like going into it and then like having like to be walking outside and like thinking someone's behind you.
Yeah.
Oh my god, that was the creepiest thing. It's like a breath of air like in your ear, and like
Yeah.
oh my god, he was born with anxiety. So we have to work through that now.
Yeah.
But yeah, like it's I don't
It's
understand.
a
I one thing will not understand females because I think that it's hard as a mom, but
yeah.
I get it because females deal with trauma differently.
Yeah.
And I think that she could have handled it better.
It's always been my thing to be like, you know what? I understand you've been through stuff, but then you should have made it a fucking priority to be like, I have kids. I cannot make them go through this.
Exactly.
Because Shanique, that's what held me hostage of not wanting wanting to be a mom because I'm like, I can't do this. Like,
Understand.
what if I fall into routines and patterns and all this bullshit? I don't want to like fuck up my kid,
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
you
No,
know?
I hear that.
But it's all about healing and realizing, no, but you will do better because you want to do better,
Yeah, and you're aware.
right?
You're very aware.
And I'm very aware. I'm very aware. I try to be very aware of what, I try to be.
You never know, like you might even get a boy.
I know.
I think you will if you were to, because I feel like boys are made to like show you that love and healing. And I think
Yes.
you might get a boy if you do choose to. I think, and I feel like that will change a lot of how you feel and how you
Yeah.
think. As long, obviously, therapy and like healing and trying to, self heal as well. But like,
Yeah.
I think take your time because kids are a lot. Because kids are literally a version of you, and they literally will show you.
They'll show you, eh?
Yeah, yeah, yeah. So like I'm telling you, you can hold on. Like a young mom is hard. I was a young mom myself. It's hard.
Yes.
But if you have the time to take your time and heal and do like where you know yourself better as
Yeah.
when you raise new things and like don't let whether you choose to have kids or not, like don't let her what she did to you stop it. Just
Right.
because she was a bad mom doesn't mean that you're gonna be. And just
Right.
because she didn't deal with her trauma doesn't mean that you're gonna repeat that.
And that I swear on everything, that's what it is, and that's what we're doing, both of us, because it's like breaking generational curses, right? Like
Yeah.
you have your kids right now, and you're doing amazing. I told you I was gonna give you your flowers,
Thank
but
you.
seriously, guys, she's a mom. She sings. She goes to school. She does her thing. Like, I don't know how you do it all, but I respect it.
Thank
I
you.
do
It's
because you
hard
do your thing.
because
You
I
do
know
your thing.
my oldest is like his dad just came back into his life. Like this
He did.
yeah, like literally
His
we went through a case, like a whole police case because I was
police.
I was living at my old place and he
Yeah.
used to live with me and
Oh.
it was like an abusive relationship. So I used to get beat.
Mm.
You know, come on man, but like I used to get beat, starved for food if I didn't do certain things.
Wow.
He would have
Wow.
girls he would talk to.
Okay.
I would have my people. Like we wouldn't be together, but we just live together because obviously it's expensive.
Yeah.
But then I found out when I was like talking to other men, he was
Yeah.
really jealous. But then when he had
Mm.
his girls, I would not even bother or care. He would even go to the bathroom to talk.
No.
Yeah, and I couldn't do that. And
Yeah.
what really hit me is when I was dating this girl at the time, and
Yeah.
I had to travel because like I lived in the west, so I lived like
Yeah.
Austin area, downtown Toronto, and then his school was in the east. So I wanted to switch schools because the travel was a lot. Like
Too
I
much.
was
Eh?
doing it by myself because he didn't want to do it first. So traveled, and I said, she came over. She stayed until about one in the morning or midnight.
Hmm.
He came home from work and he seen her
Hmm.
and he was pissed. Like he was aware that we were dating, but he was pissed because my son was still up. Knowing that my son is the
Mm.
type of person that when he's up, when
Yeah.
someone's over, he's not going to sleep.
Yeah.
He wants to socialize, which I get it. But it's
Mm.
like I'm the one taking him to school, so even if I don't
Right.
have his lunch packed yet, I will because I'm a night owl anyways. Like I get it,
Yeah.
he's up late, but like when she left, oh my god, I got shoes thrown at me, I got books thrown at me,
Wow.
literally.
Wow.
Yeah, literally,
Wow.
he was sleeping, and I was yo, honestly, I can't do this anymore. I have to like make a plan. So I was on the phone with my friend, which I also was telling you was a Gemini, but she's also a big tarot reader. And
Okay.
she was telling me, she's like, yo, you gotta get out.
Time to go, eh?
Yeah, she's like, either you or him, because she's like, it's something where every time you're doing something for yourself, it
Yeah.
triggers him to get mad.
Mm.
I made a plan. I was like, okay, he works at this time. I'm gonna pack up all my shit. Oh, I need to like not close this meeting. I don't know why I put a timing on it. Okay, well if it does, we'll connect again.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I don't know why no, I packed it and I packed all his stuff and I was like, yo, this is what's gonna happen. I had a friend at the time, so I went to his
Yeah.
house for him
Yeah.
and packed up all the stuff in garbage bags. So when the police came, it was easy. Like we didn't have to wait.
Wow. It was quick. Like,
It's quick, and he took all the food out of our fridge. He
why
took
is it?
toilet paper because his parents went to Costco and bought that for all of us. So he took
Oh.
all the food out of her fridge. He took toilet paper.
Wow. What is this?
The police guy was just shaking his head like this, and I was just like, yeah, yeah, you know what I fucking did.
Wow.
So I was literally on my OSAP, like my last maybe like a couple $100 on my OSAP, and
Wow.
I had to wait. I think about like only thing was helping was child tax, so I had to wait maybe until April, and I chipped him out like January,
Yeah, yeah,
April to be on Ontario Works.
yeah.
So because my OSAP ended in April, so I had to do that, and oh my god, it was hell. And then I was going through eviction because I had to kick him out, and then after that, I couldn't pay the rent.
Rent, yeah.
So it was bad, and then I found this place. It came back to the same place,
Yeah.
and now it's a housing for young moms, and
Okay.
I've been here when I first had Javion, so I came back here.
Yes.
Yeah, and now I'm leaving because again, well, I found my own place now, so I'm happy. But yeah, he got the charges got dropped, unfortunately,
Yeah.
because it took too long to report the abuse. So then he came back into his life now. He's doing all good and prospered. We came to understanding and he's doing good. Like we were fighting for a little bit, but
Yeah.
now he's doing good and he's around his dad and But I mean, now we get to like I have my boyfriend now and he's like
Yeah.
getting used
Fiance, you gotta stop saying boyfriend. Fiance,
to
fiance. She's
fiance
about to be a wife.
because I'm saying
Fiance, fiance.
because it's on hold because of the baby and like moving. So it's like we're
Yeah.
not even planning. It's just like
Yeah.
so
You
much.
just
Yeah, I
yeah.
think it's like and I said I would never get married.
Because of what you saw, right? Your parents?
That and I just
Yeah.
like there's so much like stress on it on the whole
On it?
marriage thing. Like you guys can't even like I feel like a lot of people feel like when you get married you have to like do all these things like shared bank accounts and like nothing's for it. It's kind of scary. Like
But Shanique, you know what? You could do things your way. Like you guys can do like your marriage your way. It doesn't have to be what we see. You could do it
yeah,
your way, girl.
that's true. Like I'm
Your way.
like yo like I would have to like prenup like all the way like and
Not
we're both
freedom.
like
No.
because we both
Not freedom. Not freedom. Not
but
freedom.
like it's pretty good. It's pretty nice. It's
Yeah.
a relief, but like
Okay.
I think staying engaged for a while and not getting married so quickly is good. Like I think
Yeah, no, it's good. No. No, don't rush it. I
yeah.
wanna I wanna ask you, right? How did you know like this one was the one? Like besides like probably spiritual, but
And
like just like physically, like logically, like how did you know? Like he was
because
different.
I'm difficult to deal with emotionally.
Right.
When
Same.
I'm difficult,
Same.
yeah.
Same.
Like I'll push you until like it's to see if you're gonna leave.
Yeah.
Like so I used to like I think the way he was open with communication and like
Yeah.
always getting me to talk. So I would not talk. I would like not
Same. What
listen.
I tell y'all, the throat chakra. Yeah.
Yeah,
It's
would not
closed.
listen to him,
Yeah.
fight
Yeah.
like everything. And then
Yeah.
he would still try, like he would still try. Most guys I've been with will give up and be like,
Yeah.
and it wasn't just about the sex. Like I think we both have a good like sexual relationship.
Sexual connect. Okay.
Yeah, yeah, but it's more the talking for me and like being around my kids. So a lot of things
Mhm.
were like I remember I had girls come up to me and they're like, "Oh, how come he's around your kids so early?" Da da da.
Mm.
You gonna watch my kid when I have to go on dates?
Right.
Not. So I literally have no choice. Not like I would want to, but like
Yeah.
I rather he be around and I'm here with my kids than me
Right.
put them to babysit, which I have. I have no problem. But like
Right.
his dad's not gonna watch him for me. I didn't even want his dad to know that I was dating at the time yet.
Right.
So they used to ask me like, why do you do that? I'm like, well, if you're gonna be dating a guy, eventually they're gonna have to meet your kids. You gotta
Meet
let
your
them know
kids.
about your kids. That's the first thing
Yeah.
you should know. Like that's the first thing
Facts.
you should be saying. And he was
Facts.
good and he was cool. I think just talking and working things out. I think also just like his helping without ulterior motives.
Right. He just generally did it, like from
He's,
the heart. Yeah.
I'm not
Yeah.
even, I used to say I don't want you helping me. And I don't. I'm like, don't help me. And you used to be like, what's wrong with you? I'm like, there's nothing wrong with me. Why do you need to help me for?
Yeah, I'm the same way, yo. It's the trauma. It's the trauma. It's the
Yeah,
trauma.
like I had
It's the
to explain
trauma.
to him, like, yo, like,
Yeah.
and it took me a long time. Like, I used to fight him on that.
Yeah.
I do it myself.
I could do it myself. Hyper independence.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I think
Yeah.
you'll just know because you're gonna realize that you could push them
Yeah.
as much, and they're still gonna be there.
They're still gonna be there, eh?
Mad at you. Don't get twisted. There's some words I've been exchanged.
Yeah. Yeah.
Like they're gonna get mad, but they still try, and that's what
Mm.
works. Like it's still hard. Like it's still hard for me, obviously, because I still have to deal with like I'm not even being
Trauma.
pregnant. Is the first involved pregnancy I've ever. He missed some appointments, but that's fine. He has to work, but like
Okay.
this is the first involved pregnancy where I didn't have to pay for much of my cravings. I didn't have to, like he bought most of my cravings. Like he
Right.
bought more baby stuff than me, and I was even pissed about that. He literally got angry. I'm telling you, got angry. I was like, "Why are you doing it more than me?" I didn't even. We just put half on the shoulder because I was not letting him do that either.
Oh my goodness.
Yeah,
You
like
let him.
it
Please
was,
let him. Girl, you if you think about it, right? This pregnancy for you, because I don't know what happened with your second the other guy, the second you guys don't speak?
no. I have
Okay.
full custody of him now. He gave the kid up like this.
He
There was
did?
there was no fight in court. Literally like this. I'll pay $300.
Wow.
I don't want to see the kid, and that's it. It was easy.
Wow.
My this
So
that.
I'm saying with this guy, I feel like it's almost like heaven sent so you can have that good experience, at least to say I had this good experience. But having a child with somebody that's supportive and loving and that did the right thing. Because if he had a kid with you, he respects you enough to freaking marry.
Yeah,
Not saying that's why he married you. I'm saying that he's a respectable man,
yeah, yeah. And
right?
like
To be like, this is my wife now. Like we have kids, and yeah,
I didn't even like I wasn't
respectable.
expecting to get pregnant because I have cysts in my ovaries, so I wasn't expecting to get pregnant.
Mm,
And I was actually told
mm,
by a reader and also doctor that I wasn't
to
supposed to.
get pregnant. So it was God then. It
Yeah,
was God.
actually, one of them was telling me
It
like,
really was God.
this is like, do not after this one, like, do not get pregnant again because it's really
Yeah,
complications and like, and you cannot have any more kids unless it's guided by like the universe or God because like
yeah.
try again, like, and I wasn't even trying. That's the thing.
It happened. It
Yeah,
happened.
there was in the beginning there was a fight. I was like, are we keeping it? I didn't want to because
You didn't want to?
I've had an abortion before with my previous guy before him, and I was like, I'm not, but I knew I wanted to because I was like,
Yeah.
that's why I was just doing it to have two baby moms. What are you proud of? Why you want two baby moms and you're still hung up on the first one? I don't have time for that because I would take you to court for that. And it's like,
Mm.
I cut it off quickly. I was like, nah. And he went back to her. He was still sleeping with her while he was with me. Yeah. And then I have this one now where we're good.
Oh,
Yeah, he was,
okay.
and he wanted me to keep it after all. I was like, no, I'm not doing
Yeah.
no, no, and yeah, and then I got pregnant with this one, and it's fine. We were like, because money, and then I was in the process of getting out of here, and like
Yeah.
you have to like stay when you have to do all this, and it's hard to have a new baby coming in November, and like you,
Yeah. Oh,
oh
Scorpio. Is it
yeah,
Scorpio?
yeah,
Yeah.
I'm supposed to be due. So the ultrasound said November 24th, but then my
Okay.
period is 27th
Okay.
of November. So I don't know. I hope it stays in Scorpio. It'd be nice to kind of experience how they
A
are.
Scorpio.
They're
Because
yeah,
I know you have a Gemini or Libra.
I'm a Libra and a Taurus.
Libra and a Taurus, and now might be a Scorpio. So that's good. You have air, earth, and water.
Yeah, and like
And then you're a water. You're Cancer.
yeah, he's a
Yeah.
Virgo, and the
And he's a Virgo. Oh, so that's good. And we're back.
back, yes.
And we're back. A
Hey.
little break, yeah, a little break.
Yeah, holy. Okay, so yeah, yeah, like it just the whole thing with the relationship is really. It may seem picture perfect, but honestly, it's hard. And a lot of people think like I know being surrounded by like girls here, like a lot of people think that like oh my god, like he's there, he's helping, blah, blah, blah. Like you can't just have a relationship and think that everything is all peachy, peachy, peachy. People
Really?
things. Like you have to work to even have those things. It's not something that's easy, but girls get jealous and act out, and it's like, yeah,
It's always gonna be like that when you feel like maybe fuck, I want it too, but a relationship is I mean, it is hard work.
yeah,
The only relationship I had was with my ex-boyfriend, which was well, he proposed too,
oh,
whatever.
it's like enough.
But I mean, he cheated, so I mean that's why we're not even together, right?
Yeah, yeah,
Cheated. But with him, it's like, yeah, I see there was arguments, there was good moments, there were, you know,
yeah.
so yeah, it's a lot.
It's a lot. Like I just recommend. Like I met on like you know the app Black
Mm-mm. Is it a dating app?
for Black people. That's where I met. I honestly, I kid you not. I'm not gonna say it's like it is better than the other dating apps, but
Mm.
it is there's better people on there.
Maybe I should try it. Black BLC.
BLK, you should
BLK.
try it. I'm telling you.
It's good.
Yeah, it's way better. Like there's basically there's hookups, but like there's people who are actually serious on there.
Yeah. Okay.
And give it a try. Like, and maybe it took me 3 times to go back on the app for me to actually meet proper ones.
Yeah,
I say
but
try.
you met this way. I
Yeah,
was gonna say though, he's a Virgo, right?
yeah, they're rude.
I was I was gonna say though, he was brought into your life for grounding
Yeah,
because they're
he's very like,
grounding
yeah, and he's very logical. So
and organized and
yeah,
shit.
like we can't
Yeah.
be doing this. Like this doesn't make sense to me. And I'm just like, I feel. It's like no. Logic. I mean,
Logic.
it's like because it has to be balanced. And I'm not really logical all the time.
Mm.
I more think of our emotions, and it's bad.
Yeah, because you're Cancer.
Yeah, it's bad.
Yeah,
I'd be
I
like,
know.
I
I'm the same.
have to buy this because I never did nothing for myself, and I feel like I need to spoil myself, so I have to buy this. I bought an iPad, and I'm moving, and you're like, girl.
Why'd you buy an iPad? We're trying to save money.
Yeah, he's like, oh my god, he never let that one go. Like that was he was like, well, you know what? I can't understand where he's coming from, but I mean, I do use it. I think it's nice to have.
Yes.
Like I did want to use it for like the Etsy business and stuff. I'm still trying to figure out what to use it for exactly.
You just wanted to buy it.
Yeah.
You just wanted to buy it. You just wanted to buy it. It's okay. It's okay. It's okay.
You know, and on top of that, my oldest son Jay got a tablet, like the Fire HD one.
Yeah.
I was like, I want an Apple Pen. I want that, but you're gonna have to wait because I don't even have one. So like, I don't think I want one. So
Girl.
yeah, I was like, I don't have anything nice, and I didn't really do nothing for my birthday. Like I did not buy anything for
Mm.
my birthday as much.
Yeah.
I only bought like an outfit to wear, and I was from Urban Planet, and like those cheap shoes. So I didn't even get to get the cake I wanted.
Wow.
I did
You
so
see?
much, and like, which is fine. And I did like, so I just like, maybe buy an outfit is not that bad because I do spend
Mm-hmm.
tips.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
Because if I
It's
do,
okay. It's a gift. It's a gift for Shanique. It's a gift for Shanique. It's a gift for Shanique, bro. It's a gift for Shanique.
I know.
Yeah.
Oh my god! But yeah, it was like God. It's a lot of aspects. I don't get along with like my oldest son's father's Aquarius.
Okay.
I don't get along because they're very like airy. They're very like I don't really care, but
They're detached. Detached.
very,
Yeah.
very detached. And the other one we dated went on like maybe like 2 dates, and like what he would end up not being serious. He was a Capricorn. I literally
Oh no. Capricorns only care about money and stability for real.
yeah, and literally
That's it.
literally like that
That's it.
that
Career, that's it. Yeah.
like, he literally pissed me off, and he used to be like, "Well, we try to work it." Like he didn't want to. He did not want to see my Jelani, and so if as long as it wasn't under my roof. Like he had to be at my house. He didn't want
Oh,
to bring him to his house.
why?
I don't know if it was an embarrassment because maybe he talked to shit and then ended up getting pregnant after he like left. And
Um,
I guess that maybe it was an embarrassment to whoever he was talking shit about it with.
mm,
Honestly, if you're not gonna help, the only thing he's ever done was send me one pack of formula.
mm,
He was born and came to see him, but he wasn't allowed in my apartment because I wasn't allowing it. And
right.
I need to be at one of my baby moms because he has like about four.
Wait,
And
wait, wait, wait. Who has been? Wait, wait. Four?
he has four.
Whoa. Okay.
And
Bear Pitney them.
he's,
Bear Pitney
and he's
them.
like a full journey. And I'm like,
Mm,
honestly, like, I'm not with it. I'm not, you want to be one of them, it's not going to be me because you had your
no.
opportunity and you,
Yeah.
so,
Four is insane.
yeah,
Mm.
one of them is like, he calls her the crazy one. But she took him to court and lied, or he owes bear money. Something tells me it's not true.
Mm. Men like to lie, eh?
'Cause I
One
see
thing the blood clot like to do. They like to lie
yeah,
too much.
because after I had my kid, well, after we left and before I found out I was pregnant, I've seen on the Snapchat that he used to say that she never used to let him see the kid. Why is he there at his house?
Mm.
So
He's watching the kid. He's seeing
yeah,
the kid.
yeah. I was
Mm.
like, you know what? Mm. So
Mm-hmm.
I'm pregnant. So I sent the message. So listen, I'm pregnant. I don't want to hear your mouth, so don't mess with me. I'm keeping
Oh,
it. That's that. He never
oh.
messaged me till today. I was like, okay, court. Now I gave you a chance after baby was born. This is my thing. I won't take you directly to court because I honestly do believe in giving men a chance to see and
Your
have.
kid. Yeah.
But when you showing me that you literally, if I have to ask you more than three times,
Yeah.
I'm done. You're not
Yeah.
writing. I don't have a problem to take you to court. I'm not stressing over it. I'm not gonna stress
Right.
over it. I'm not doing that.
You know, Shanique, it's gonna be their fault when they're older and they realize their kid is grown. And it's like you didn't build that relationship. Like you didn't.
Yeah,
That's on them.
exactly. And my youngest is like, I mean, Jelani is he's calling my boyfriend dad now, so it's like
Yeah.
back in
Yeah.
like it's gonna be a little. I don't believe he will. My boyfriend thinks he will eventually because guys do regret it, and eventually that's he's speaking from a guy side, but
Yeah.
I don't think he will. Because I mean, if you're not
No.
there for your four other kids, why would you be there for?
Hmm.
Yeah, but like I don't know. That's just like a weird story, and that's why I made an episode on being like a third baby mom or like having a third
Mm.
baby father, and like.
Mm.
'Cause, my like this, I'm gonna get into the song part where I made a song about my trauma.
Okay.
When I was talking to my mom when I just started dating him, our
Yeah.
boyfriend, and she was like,
Mm.
"Don't have another baby. Don't go have another baby. You think you think
Mm.
it's good having third like three baby fathers?" And I'm like, "Who are you to tell me anything?
Right.
You were not a good mother your damn self, despite of you having kids all the same with the same guy. Like, what is
Right. Right.
like judgmental? Like, oh, um, you shouldn't even be dating." I'm like, I'm 28.
Right.
Are you telling me like she was just very
Not.
judgmental and like
Mm.
basically like before when that song came out, Go to Hell, the reason why I
Mhm.
made it, I never was thinking about making a album on talking about my family, whatever.
Mm.
Because I knew I was dealing with it with therapy, but then when I was talking to a friend at the time and she was like, yo, like I think you should start talking about it.
Right.
Because it's like they're still talking about me and they were and they were telling everybody I was on crack. And that
Fact.
was so skinny. Yeah, they were telling people like where we grew up in like my old neighborhood that I
Yeah.
was on crack. I even had my brother at one point, my oldest brother, coming up to me on multiple occasions like, "Oh, do you and your friend do hardcore drugs?" Da, 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 da. No, like the most we'll ever do is smoke weed. So like for you to like be asking me that on a multiple occasion is like crazy. I remember he used to come up to me and be like, "Oh, um, dad seeing you and said you look very skinny and like saying that you're on drugs and da da da." And I think because when I came out to them and told them what my dad did,
Yeah.
that's how my dad said that. And
Okay, yeah. So he's trying to make everyone think you're crazy.
yeah, and
Yeah.
that narrative. So
Yeah.
it kept going. It kept going.
Yeah.
Getting sick and tired of it. And I was
Right.
just like, you know what? Let me just put it out on a song and let me just say what I need to say. And I used to see my brother's friends in public, and these are people who I grew up with, so they knew me from like.
They knew you. Yeah.
So I used to see them, and they used to like pass me straight. But when they were with my brother,
Not saying nothing. Yeah.
but when they were with my brother and see me,
Hmm. Oh, fake. Like fake
yeah,
shit. Fake.
yeah, so
Yeah.
why are you saying hi to me now? You're weird.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah.
so then I just put it in a song, and I was like, it caused so much drama when that song.
Did it?
Yeah,
So let me ask, when you released the song, right? Who was like the first to hear it? Was it your mom, your brother? Do you know like who like
I know that it was a friend. So basically, there's a family friend that
yeah,
I used to call her my cousin. Her name is Rebecca, but we call her Tilly.
yeah,
And me and her stopped talking eventually because like we got into a little fight and like it was
yeah,
about my brother and all this nonsense that
yeah,
her
yeah.
friend was dating my brother and then he just played her, I guess, and that didn't work
Too
out.
much.
She thought that I knew that he was cheating. Like I don't know why you would
How are
think
you supposed to know? Yeah.
to tell me anything of his business. So like I just like
Yeah.
so
Too
like
much.
yeah, and I guess she's the first one who heard it, and
Okay.
she's Jamaican. So
Okay.
her, but she's a very loud mouth Jamaican. So she's fun. She's a
Mm.
fair. So she will like say things out loud in public. She doesn't care. So
Ah.
she heard it, and apparently, from what I hear from my mom, at the time when I was talking to her, she saw her in the mall.
Oh. And she told your
Aged
mom.
her. Yeah, she's like, she yells, she's like, you're so disgusting. How the fuck are you gonna let your husband do that to your daughter?
Oh, she paid.
And everybody stopped. Like, everybody was looking at them. Like it was,
Mm.
and then she's like, she basically tried to basically she used like an excuse of saying that the girl in the song that I was talking about because I talked about my brother's girlfriend and
Yeah.
how at the time she knew I was pregnant first and she told him without my permission. And I said I wanted to tell him first, and she did it.
Yeah.
And did it on her daughter who was 4 at the time, which was so stupid because
Mm.
your daughter like that. So I put that in the song. So she used as an excuse to approach mom and say, "Oh, she's talking about me. She's talking about me in the song."
She clearly just wanted attention or feel some type of way. She just wanted to feel some type of way. I hate females like that.
I
Like,
know.
girl.
And
Also, though, let
yeah,
me say when you put out the song, it was to really it was to release your own trauma, and the fact that everybody took it personally is insane.
yeah, I had to
Like
do.
you did it to release.
Yeah, I had to do a no contact order because my mom was ringing down my phone, and my brothers were ringing down my phone after that. She
Yeah.
she got embarrassed in that mall, and
As she should though. I don't feel bad. Like
yeah,
like I don't because like
dog out loud. She's like,
yeah.
I hear like she's like because they didn't know the song was released at the time, so she was the
Yeah.
first person who started it. Then it was my brother's ex friends that still lived in the building they live in.
Ooh, so they heard it and
And
then it got back to your brother. Yo.
it was a
Yo.
because they didn't.
Chaos probably happened in that household that day.
Yeah, a lot of people stopped talking to them because
Yeah?
yeah, because they knew me and they some people I used to babysit their kids and like they
Wow.
never knew because I kept it so quiet and they
Yes.
understood why like I was like away from them a lot or like my brothers were never so nice. So when
Yes.
it came out, people wanted to talk to me. People were trying to find me to talk to me about it. Uh,
Wow.
my brother was lying on the phone, like we were on the phone, and
Yeah.
I remember my baby father was on there at the time, my oldest son, and
Yeah.
he was on mute, so he was listening. Because at
Yeah.
the time I was pregnant, my mom was trying to convince my baby father that he should leave me and go find another girl because I'm gonna ruin
What?
getting pregnant. Yeah, and my brothers were like, "Don't get pregnant." They made lies on him. They said that he had
Yeah.
people and like they know his friends who are using me to get rich off my brother because my brother was a rapper, using
Okay.
me,
Yeah.
baby. Oh, my other one's here. Hold on. Hello. Come. Hi. Come.
Hi. I don't know if you can hear me.
There's the baby, so he's like, he just wants to be in the room. Yeah. So like,
Yeah.
they're like, oh, I heard that your boyfriend just tried to get you pregnant to get rich off Shaquille because he's rapping. One, you live with our mom still. Two, you're not even signed. So what money? What
What money?
like what? And then wouldn't he have to be married to you? To thank you. It was so
People just like to chat.
dumb and like
Love to talk.
I put it in the song. He's like, I never had a problem with your boyfriend. When did I ever say that? I'm like, you literally said it. And I had to like come off the phone. I had to literally call because they're very narcissistic.
Hmm.
I had to come off the phone because I would have kept going in a circle. And they just kept lying. They just kept lying like, yeah, you need help. Like you're crazy. And da, 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 da. I'm like, okay, that's fine. That's fine. And
Isn't it so funny how they're crazy, but then they're like, you're crazy? But you guys are crazy. It's not
exactly.
me.
Did
You.
it. And like apparently like they were going around my mom used to go around to people and say that like, oh, like she just wanted to like get pregnant and run around. She would talk shit about every guy I dated. So any guy that she
Wow.
met, like from when I
Yeah.
was 18 till like maybe I guess my oldest brother. Oh my god, no, I had to tell him. I don't know why he was okay. Sorry.
Yeah. It's okay.
My son is literally calling. I had to mute it quickly. But yeah, no.
Mm.
Let me put this one on do not. Is it on do not disturb? Yeah, it is.
No, that's cool.
Literally, it was wild. Like I don't think I ever. It's just okay. This is better. Yeah, I don't think that you think you expect your family to not be upset still after you have a kid. I've seen so
Yeah.
many families where girls here would have a kid and literally their family are back in their life,
Yeah, yeah.
supporting them with the kid. My family till this day,
They don't, eh?
no, like they want it's under conditions. Oh, are you gonna move back in? You just
What?
have money and pay some of the bills. Why am I doing that if I have a kid? That's
Exactly.
literally that's the condition they were on.
I think they feel ashamed for the fuckery that they did because it was bare fuckery.
It was bare fuckery. It was
Yeah.
like my mom made me the most insecure. I used to be jealous of my body, my stomach, not knowing that I had an eating disorder. So like no, not knowing that I had an eating disorder. So I was
Yeah.
that skinny. It's not like I wanted to be skinny. I was just starving myself with the abuse that was going on to make myself look very unattractive.
But if you think about it, right? Because I feel like my mom too had this jealousy thing towards me. But if you think about it, it's like we are like we came out of you. How can you be jealous of something you created?
Thank you.
It's weird.
It's
It's
weird.
like weird.
I
Yeah.
don't understand why it's like that, but like I
Yeah.
guess they have their own insecurities, and I guess just having a boyfriend and knowing that her husband, which is my dad, was not giving her the
Not good to
possible.
her.
He was not giving her no attention. Like they used to fight.
Like crazy, eh?
He didn't care. She would provoke it a lot. Like I would not lie. She would provoke that a lot.
Yeah.
He just never cared about her, and so
Mm.
she got jealous. And like instead of her realizing what was going on, she knew what was going on. She seen
She
how to
just didn't want to stop it. Yeah.
stop it. My
Same
brother,
thing with my mom. Yeah.
yeah, they
Because
did
it's like you know.
exactly.
Yeah.
So I was like, she has to now deal with that, and she lost all her friends after that
Yeah.
song.
Yeah.
Yeah, she's like, I have no friends since she released that song. That's not my problem.
That's not my problem. Yeah.
Some of
At
them,
all.
anyways. Like, yeah, like I just like that one. I had to like separate, and then she did like the most unspeakable thing
Okay.
where I allowed my kid to stay there for the day, both of them.
Wow.
Right, so the dad's not my dad's not there. He run moved out from time. Like I guess he's in another country. I don't know if he's still in Toronto, but they don't
Okay.
speak from
Okay.
what I hear. And I'm there. I'm in the studio. I'm like, okay, I'll allow. We've seen you guys a couple of times with me there. Let me
Yeah.
just spend the day how it goes.
Yeah. Yeah.
I'm at the studio now and I'm recording a next song, the
Yeah.
scapegoat one.
Yeah.
My son is calling my phone off her phone, like ringing down the phone. He's like,
Yeah.
"Mom, when are you coming to pick me up?" So I'm at the hair store getting hair stuff for them now because I'm already done at the studio. So I'm like, I'm on my way, I'm coming. Went
Mm.
to get them. Come to find out now that my oldest son's telling me, oh, she was very mean to me.
Mm. Hmm.
My brother a tea, and my brother never wanted the tea, like John.
Mm.
I'm like, what
Yeah.
tea? Like, you know what I mean? Like,
Yeah. Yeah.
and
What
like,
tea?
I'm like, he came back, and my baby was so sick for like,
She fed him something bad?
I don't know what was in that tea.
Oh, something was in the tea.
Yeah, I think something was in the tea, and she fed him. It was like making him really sick.
Yeah.
Like bush water. I don't know if that's like a Caribbean thing, but I found
Yeah. The cleanse out. The cleanse
yeah,
out. Yeah.
he didn't even need to get cleansed. So it was like,
Yeah.
I'm talking about high fever,
Oh shit.
about like shitting, like crying, like high fever. He was like
Well,
anything.
who told her to do that? And your son is young. Like he was probably younger at the time, right?
I'm not the one yet.
Yeah. So who told her to do that?
Oh, he needs to do that. He needs to do that. I'm like, okay. And then when I found out that Javion was telling her no, and she was being rude to him, yeah, like,
Yeah.
oh my god, I cussed her. It
You
was
cussed
a
her out,
wrap.
eh?
Oh my god,
It
I
was done.
ever
Mm.
hands are going on you. I promise you that. Don't ever touch my kids again. I don't care. Oh, your son's lying. Are you
Don't tell me my son's lying. I don't even have kids.
that
I don't even have kids, but don't tell me my son's lying.
And then
Don't tell
he
me
told
my
us
son's lying.
there, and his
Don't tell.
like,
Don't
nah,
tell me.
it's
Don't
said
tell me that.
it's said now. She's like, oh, and he's only telling me that because he doesn't like the way you talk to me. I'm like, my son don't even like you. He told me that himself. He doesn't like you. Never throw my kids back there ever again. Like it was not happening.
You know what though, Shanique? The fact that you gave her a chance to be a grandma.
All
The
the
fact that you gave her a chance.
This is not the first time. I was doing it over the years of like when I just had Jason, and they kept doing the same crap.
See? She wasn't learning. She wasn't learning.
This
She
is like
wasn't
my
learning.
last straw. I couldn't. And then my brother the other day just asked if he can take Javion. I'm like,
No.
no, honey,
No.
no.
Not my child.
Yeah, no, no, no. For what? You want me to leave? He literally specifically said this. First of all, he's like, I'm gonna bring both of them, and I'll even Uber you, so it's not that hard. We live one subway stop away from each other, and it's summer. I can go there if I wanted to. I don't need no Uber.
Right.
Then it was like, oh, you could even leave Jelani at daycare and
Hmm.
then go with Javion, just Javion. I'm like, oh, so then when I have to pick up Jelani now, it's okay to leave Javion with you? No, 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 no,
Right.
that's not what's happening.
But why does he wants to connect with them? Like what does he want?
I don't know if he wants to connect. I think he's another one who I'm very suspicious about. Like,
Okay.
like I don't know if he has the same tendencies because he has. I felt he has done things with me where I felt like I had to question.
Okay.
Yeah,
Okay.
like one time it was like before I was here. I had a birthday at my old apartment, and he
Yeah.
came over and like he had wine. He bought me a wine. He has like alcohol, but he kept drinking.
Yeah.
I had my J mom was with me, and we had a play date the next day, so I'm not drinking that much.
Yeah.
We need to go to our beds.
Right.
And he's like, I guess he was trying to have the motive to sleep over. Like I used to have dreams of like him doing nasty things, and it was repetitive. Like I was like,
Mm.
I keep getting this. Like so it was very repetitive, and I was like, okay, maybe it's a warning.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. God will tell you in your dream, eh? He
I got
will.
up warning, and the day he came, it was like, you don't want more to drink. Like he kept, as a regular guy at a party, he would keep pouring me.
Yeah.
And I was like,
Yeah.
every time like I took a drink, I just went and took water. I was
Yeah. He's
like,
trying to get you drunk. Trying to
yeah.
get you drunk.
And I was
Yeah.
like, yo, you need to leave. He's like, what? I'm like, yeah, you're not sleeping here. You need to go.
Right. You like he thought. He thought.
Yeah,
Yeah.
he left. So I was like, I don't trust him with my kid,
Yeah, I wouldn't either.
and I don't know the tendencies that they all have. because they're all wicked, and they're all on my mom's side, so I don't really. And you never really ask for him like that. You ask for him once.
That's what I'm like. What's the motive of taking your child? What's
Yeah,
the
and
motive of
I
that?
had a
Yeah.
dream. It was have I got the dream, another dream 2 days ago of me.
Mm.
It showed me basically babysitting our next kid, and
Okay.
the oldest, and it was like the kid had a brother like Joanne's age, and the kid was like Javion's age, and the kid was
Yeah.
went to go get something, and the kid was like came back and was like, oh, I don't like that you left me alone and this happened.
Oh, okay. Yeah.
And then my brother messaged me the same day asking to see.
Yeah.
I was
No, that's God. That, yeah. Don't do it. Don't do it. Don't do it.
like, no, 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 no.
Don't do it. Don't do it.
It was wild. And then the day before, I was like, yeah, tell them I said no. Because as soon as I say my before I said something, they back off. They can't say nothing.
They can't say nothing.
They can't say nothing. So I was just like, yeah, it's a little bit weird with them. I don't put my children in those situations. Like, because
Yeah.
knowing me, I'll go to jail. Like, it's just like, I don't care their family. You're dead. Like,
You would kill for your child. That's the thing.
it's just,
That's the thing that you have as a mom that your mom didn't have, and vice versa. Like I would kill for my child. Yeah.
it's like, she's still,
Don't play with my kid.
and you're saying you're lying. My kid's lying. Like, there's certain, that's why I have to,
Don't do it.
and there'll be more songs in the album that will, if they thought that was bad,
Woo-hoo.
there's
There's more, eh?
and it's gonna go into so much detail. It's gonna like I speak on my brothers, I speak on my mom, I speak on friends that she's let like touched me. I speak on
Yeah.
other. And then I
Right.
also speak on girls who I experienced with not relationships but just friendship wise who was like fake. And I learned not to leave my kid with a friend
Yes.
the first time because that friend made lies to everybody and said I was pawning off my kid to her and I never asked. Like I kind of just dropped him there and I went on a date.
That doesn't even sound like you. It doesn't even sound like you.
Exactly.
Doesn't even sound like
Exactly.
you. It
And there's
doesn't.
a whole I wish I still had the testimony. There's testimonies of me asking her and she said
Yeah.
yes. So like for you to go and just do that and then on top of that I came back and I could hear my kid crying from the door. From literally I'm walking on the street, I could hear him crying. My kid doesn't cry like that.
What was she doing?
I think that from what I heard is that she kind of like had him on Snap and
Oh.
like, oh I don't even want to watch this kid. He's so annoying.
Oh,
Like
she's mean. She was
yeah.
mean to him.
And he would like I guess he would like walk off into like she would walk off into her room.
Yeah.
He needed something like ignoring him.
What? That's abuse.
Yeah, and literally
You
like
didn't box her up for that?
yeah, no, I didn't box her up. At the time, I was like very like I was always scared to like I'm more blunt now, but I was always scared to say things because I know how rude I could get. It wasn't even
Okay.
because I was scared and I was small. It was just more of like
Yeah.
I would say things
Yeah.
out of order and
Okay.
her feelings didn't feel bad, and I didn't want to do
Right.
that. So like, and I knew her for a long time, so I was like, you know what?
Mm.
And then um, why does he smell like chemicals? Sorry, yeah. After, after, um, I picked him up, and then she tried to give him his pacifier. He slapped that shit out of her hand real quick. I was like,
Oh. Oh.
and he was like about like maybe 8 months, 9 months.
Oh.
Yeah, I was like, why is he doing that to you?
Oh.
She's like, oh, I don't know. I'm like, you don't know why he's just all of a sudden slapping something out of your hands?
Yeah.
I'm like, she's like, no. I'm like, I just took him and I went home. I said, never again. You can never.
Never again.
The
Yeah.
reason why I found out she talked about it is because I was going to school
Mm.
and there's another girl who was actually living here too. So that time I was living here before I moved out the first time. And we all know each other and they were closer friends. So we're on the bus now. And she comes up to me and she's like, oh, I'm looking for a babysitter for my kid. I'm like, okay, so ask your brother, your boyfriend's sister.
Yeah. Somebody. Yeah. Hmm.
And I said that meeting ending in 10 minutes. Okay. So yeah, I don't know why I didn't put a timer. But yeah, I guess because I don't have the full thing. But yeah, and I'm like,
Mm.
okay, you have that support. So why are
Why are
you
you asking me?
that? And then she's
Yeah.
like, after I said give it to the sister-in-law, oh, I'm not gonna pawn off my kid like some people. I'm like,
You just wanted to talk. She just wanted to talk. She just
yeah.
wanted to talk. She
And
just wanted to talk.
yeah, and I looked at her and I was just like, I was just like, no,
Huh?
it's not
Hi?
happening. Hi. He's a bit shy. Say hi.
What? I know what's his name. I know Javion, but what's his name?
Jelani, yeah, he's shy.
Jelani, yes, yes, yes.
He doesn't, yeah, he's shy. So hi.
Wait, Shanique, are you gonna stick with the J's?
No.
Okay.
We're starting
Okay.
with the R.
All right. Okay.
Kind of decided, so it's like either Raiden or Cole.
Okay.
But we
Okay.
haven't decided at all. Like he's been coming up with names. I haven't even. I honestly, because it wasn't a girl, I just don't even want no part in it.
You wanted your girl, yo. You wanted your girl. I know, I know. It's okay. You have your boys. You have your boys.
Yeah, and
I
I
told
actually
you, you have
kind
your
of.
boys.
I said, why do I keep having boys? And the video was like, it's some form of good karma. So
Oh,
like,
okay.
they're gonna take care of you when you're older or something like that. That's what he said, and I was like, oh. I'm like, okay, that's
Sad.
nice. Yes. Okay, kid. Yeah.
I can't lie, yo. I'm having baby fever. Like, I gotta find the guy. Oh, the guy I want to. Okay, so the person I want to ask you. Well, first of all, he's a Leo. I don't know if you know much about Leos.
I hold on. What's wrong? Here, wanna go down? Yeah, so I did like, hold on. What's wrong?
Aww. Hi. Hi, Papa. Hi,
He's so shy.
Papa.
Leos, honestly, they're. I'm not gonna. I did a Leo girl, but and my oldest brother's a Leo. I'll tell you this: they're very.
Mm, okay.
They can be very loving, but they can also be very prideful. And most of them don't like to be tamed. So like, you kind of have to like when you're dating them,
Yeah.
can't like if they do certain things, you have to kind of like coax them gently. Like, don't be like, I don't want you doing this. 'Cause then they'll just be like, yeah, I'm gonna run off. They don't like to really be told what to do. So you kind of have to like express how you don't like something in a way that's not seeming controlling.
Controlling. So we're not like dating and stuff, but it's weird. It's like I'm starting to like him a little bit, but then I get this weird vibe. I'm like, I'm what I'm gonna ask you about later on today is like how he truly feels about me. That's really the question. But because I don't know, I find with guys they want to control me
Yeah.
and they might not want me. It's like I want to control you though, but I might not want you. I'm finding that thing with guys.
Um, do you tell them about your personal details? Like,
Not like a lot. I mean, if they ask, but I am a little like maybe private.
okay, yeah, I would be more private
Okay.
if they ask. Like, let's say for example, if they ask you if a guy broke your heart live.
Okay. Well, I don't feel like I got cheated on.
Something
Yeah,
I
I
learned
tell guys.
about, something I learned about is that they use eventually that's gonna come up if in a fight. Like they'll use it against you in some way. So
Girl.
try. I'm telling you, that's one thing my friend told me. She's like, lie, lie.
Why?
And I did it obviously with this one, but like honestly, the best advice is tell you do not go too much into like what you went through because they're gonna want it's not like a bad image on you, but
Hmm.
they're gonna wonder what made them cheat or what position were you in to like for that to happen. You know how I'm
Right.
so
Yeah.
you don't want to make yourself too vulnerable,
Right.
and you don't want to bring anything old into this relationship. So just start off fresh. So you could say, yeah, like we it didn't work out because we both wanted different things.
I can say that.
You could
That's
say
a good advice.
don't go into too much detail about what happened because they're not gonna do it. And if they do it, you don't know if it's a lie. So like
That's true.
just keep it on surface level with them. But
Mm.
I could definitely do that for you, yeah, for sure. We'll do it.
Yeah, the thing is, right, is like I don't want to give myself to the wrong person again. I feel like the Nico thing really
Hurt you.
like I gave my all, like I was like giving my all to that nigga and then that happened, you
Yeah,
know.
yeah, yeah,
It's
yeah.
not to say that I was like the best thing ever either, but it was more like I did try to like show him I could be submissive and I can like if I
Yeah,
really love you, I'll do it. But
yeah. Yeah, but like
People like to take advantage, especially men, and yeah,
they do. So you gotta just make sure there's boundaries too. Like don't.
boundaries.
I'm
Yeah,
telling you, don't be afraid to set them. Like if
true. Yeah, you were telling me that. You were telling me
oh,
that.
I'm telling you,
Don't be scared.
don't be scared because that's how you'll know if they're gonna deal with it or not.
Yeah.
Because the more you say your values and you follow them, they have more respect for you.
Or they'll just drop off,
Yeah,
like
and that's
guys.
different than. But I'm telling you, if you're gonna talk to them, have your other options in the meantime.
Yeah,
It's like
I
you
know.
multiple because like you don't wanna be tied to one guy and not know what you're doing. Like when I was talking to him, I was talking to other guys too.
Right.
Yeah, so
Just have options.
yeah, have options.
Yeah.
You never know. So have your
Right.
and make sure that it's not just one because when you just one, you're like, oh my god, like he had this person all along. Da, 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 da.
Yeah. It's
Yeah.
true. It's true.
Everything's surface level when you're getting to know somebody. Until they start, I would say you can get more comfortable when you guys are actually in a relationship and you guys are actually sitting down and talking. But when you're
Yes.
getting to know each other,
Surface.
yeah, surface.
Surface.
Because you don't,
Especially with this one, Shanique, like this one, I don't know, like sometimes he says things that are like mean, or like I could see a little bit of a controllingness to him a little bit. And
okay.
he calls it dominant, like I'm very dominant, which he is. Like if he wants you to sit down, he'd be like, sit down.
Are you,
Like he'll say it like that, huh?
are you dominant?
No, I could be more submissive.
Like,
I'm only dominant when I'm working.
were you dominant with him at all? Like at all with any?
With this Leo that we're talking, no. And it's new. Like we just kind of met. But we're not talking, we're just friends.
Oh,
But
okay.
it's one of those where it's just like do we like each other? Like you say certain things.
Yeah, so you just kind of want to know.
I want to know cuz like then I want to give it a chance. I want to give it a chance, a real chance if it's something.
He
But
sounds,
if it's nothing, then I will just be like, all right, cool, nigga, we friends, bro.
yeah. He sounds like he's testing you.
Does he sound like he's testing me?
Yeah, he's like, why are you telling me to sit down? Or like,
Like
not
he's very
not
the
just
way he says things sometimes
that.
is dominant and very like blunt and very like
It's
I
not.
don't know.
It comes off a
I
little.
don't know if he likes me for real or I don't know if it's more like you want to control me or something. Like I don't know which one it is.
Okay.
That's why I want to know like what I want to know how he truly feels about me.
Okay. I will definitely do that after this. It's like,
Yeah.
okay, we have like a minute, but yeah,
Okay. To end off the podcast, I just want to say thank you for having me on.
you're welcome.
And I definitely will come back. And
Yeah,
I'm excited for people to watch this podcast. Hopefully, you can take something from it, from like me sharing my story and her and Shanique sharing her story. And we had fun in the podcast. We had the baby, the
yeah.
special guest appearance. So hopefully you guys just like this podcast, and you can follow me on social media, Miss Taylor dot underscore on Instagram, TikTok, and YouTube. So yeah,
Yes, thank
Shanique,
you so much for coming on. Thank you guys for watching the podcast. It was amazing, and connect with Shy. Connect
try.
with
Yeah.
Shy. Follow her. Her videos are great and
Thank
they're
you.
very healing. So honestly, you guys don't miss out. But yeah, thank you guys so much for joining. And less than a minute. All right, see you. Bye.
Bye, guys.
Okay.